Hey, Ross's Rowdy Bees here. So I'm just digging around in some hives here. Still doing some splits on the ones that are just kind of busting at the seams. Then I also have some honey left over and quite a few hives that I'm needing to harvest. So I'm basically making sure that the bees have enough room so they can continue to grow and don't outgrow their hive, and at the same time I'm making sure they have plenty of food because at this time of year there's no nectar flowing all that much, so you still risk a chance of them starving if they just don't have enough food to get them through to the months where the nectar flow, we call the honey flow, kicks in. So as I'm going through here, I was going to show you a couple frames I'm going to pull out here, see if I can get this set up where you can see it. Anyway, I smoked them down a little bit. This is a pretty calm hive here, or colony. Okay, so they've got this frame here. This frame here has some honey on it. Not a lot, but it does have some honey on it. And we turn it around. We turn it around. They're starting to build out the comb there and storing some honey up here in the top middle. I'm going to set this frame down. I'll give it a quick look just to make sure the queen's not on here, but I don't see her on there. We'll see what we got in our next frame here. Same thing. Got honey on this frame. We turn around, we've got quite a bit of honey on that frame. Set this one down. And I don't want to leave these frames sitting out for too long. Need to decide what I'm going to do with them, because the other bees out here in the yard, they'll come after that honey pretty quick. And same thing here. It looks like we've got quite a bit of honey stored up in this one. I'm going to jump over here to the other side, see what we have in here. As it starts getting warmer, you'll start seeing the kind of the hive shifting, where they'll store the honey up at the top of the hive, and the brood, the eggs, in the bottom of the hive. During the winter, they move everything up to the top because heat rises, so it's easier for them to stay warm. Here we've got some, you can see these dark orangish color deals here. It's what we call cap brood. Now, because the way it's sticking out quite a bit there, and that's how we can tell that that's drone brood, which is basically like up here, up in here, that's drone brood, which is basically going to be the male bees hatching out of there. I'm going to come over to this side and we'll see all this brood here. Which that's going to be your worker bees, your worker bee brood, because it's almost flush with the wax cells. I don't see the queen on here anywhere. That side. I don't see her on that side. Good. I'm gonna stick this frame over in here where I took out the others. Take out another frame here. A lot of activity today out here in the apiary. About 80 degrees out. The bees are really out exercising today. And this one, same thing, ton of bees on here. Ton of bees. Let's see. A lot of capped worker brood. Don't see the queen on there. I think what I'm going to do, this hive is pretty packed, so I'm going to start me a new hive. So I'm going to take a couple of frames of brood, these types of frames here, and then I'll stick a frame or two of honey in there for them to eat on, and I'll probably stick a couple of empty frames in there for them to build new wax on. I'm going to take this and I'm going to stick it into my new box. Is going to have 5 frames. Check the next one. This time of year is when the bee population really starts to bloom. So you guys, us beekeepers, have to stay on top of them, making sure they're not going to outgrow their hive here, or they'll swarm on us. There's a big drone bee, big male bee there. I don't know if the phone's getting it or not, but they're huge. Not seeing the queen anywhere right now. That's another good frame of bees I'll stick in my new box here. I'm just going to keep doing that. And make a couple of new hives out of the population here. Anyway, this is Ross's Rowdy Bees. We'll see you later.